Yes, I love that song, and that's what was um um playing in my head, getting ready for this live. The lyrics say, "It don't feel good, but growing never does. It don't seem fair for you to call this love. But if necessary, pain is the ingredient for change. Even when life may be bittersweet, it's working just for me." Okay? Kurt Franklin, you know what I'm saying? The girl is not a Christian, but I'm going to put out a Christian song. Because sometimes the way they put them words together, baby, it just be saying exactly what it needs to say. But the overall message that Spirit has been replaying, which is why I played that song, is just for me. That's what kept coming up. Just for me. Okay, there's a lot of things working in the background right now, and it may not seem like things are moving on your behalf. It may not seem like things are working on your behalf. It may not feel like you are even making any traction, or that you're elevating, or that you are growing, or that things are changing, or whatever the case is. But there are so many things that are working in the background right now that a lot of y'all do not see. There are certain signs and little symbols and, little things that, may feel coincidental, but those are things that are happening to kind of give you hope, okay? To kind of tell you like, hey, babe, keep the faith. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that may seem very, I don't want to say weird, but very interesting, okay? Like interesting type of happenings, okay? This could be angel numbers. This could be you hearing like the same quotes over and over again. This could be you seeing or hearing the same words. This could be the same message being repeated. This could be like you just being in the right place at the right time for certain things. Like there's just weird shit, and I don't mean weird in a bad way, which is why I didn't want to use the word weird, but that's what keeps coming to me. There's like weird things happening, right? And these are happening to, again, kind of give you hope and kind of get you to push in faith, okay? Because it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like, okay? There's certain things happening in your lives individually, and Spirit just wants you to know it's not what it looks like. What you think is happening is actually something greater than that. And a lot of what you think is happening is based out of fear, and it's based out of things that you may have experienced in the past, okay? Things that may not have gone your way, confirmation, or things that may have happened to you in the past. And, sometimes we can get a little scared, right? Because we may think that we're going backwards, or we may think that certain things are not going right, or whatever the case is, when in reality, we're on a completely different path, right? We're headed towards some completely new shit. It's not anything that you've ever experienced before. There could be some similar, okay, feelings being brought up, okay? There could be some things that may look kind of like it's the same, but this is completely new territory, okay? A lot of y'all are in a completely different space, and until you really give yourself the space to acknowledge that this is new territory, I'm not where I used to be, then your mind is going to continue to kind of play these tricks on you and make you feel like you're not growing, or you're not developing, or that you're repeating something that you're not repeating. Okay, this is like a mental thing. Now, granted, we are in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, okay? So that's already a little, a bit much, okay? It's already, the energy is already a little high, a little, all over the place right now anyway, because of the Mercury retrograde. But even outside of that, there is a lot of again, things that are being worked out behind the scenes for your benefit. You may not see it like that right now. And again, it's based on your perspective. But if you shift the way you're looking at it, the picture is going to appear different, right? For example, what's coming to me is I went to an art gallery on Friday. And y'all know the different art where you look at it from straight ahead, it shows this picture. It shows this piece of work, right? This art. But if you get closer to it and you kind of look at it from the side, it's a whole bunch of random ass pieces of different stuff. And it don't even look like what it looked like from one angle. From one angle, you can see the complete picture. You can see it in its wholeness. You can see whatever the artist wants you to see. But the closer you get to it, right, and the different angles that you look at it from, it doesn't look anything like what you saw before, right? And that's kind of what Spirit is showing me. Like, a lot of y'all are too close. You're up too close on this, which is why you can't see the big picture. If you take a step back and you look at it in its fullness, you'll see exactly what it is that Spirit is trying to get you to see, and you'll see exactly what it is that is happening, again, for your benefit. Right? You'll see how all of these different pieces are coming together to create something that is actually beneficial for you and to you. Okay? Yeah. So we're going to get into some channel messages. Of course, we want to confirm with some cards. If this is your first time watching, you know, welcome. If you family, you done been here before, welcome back. I don't know why I'm hearing a moment of silence. Some of you guys are really going to have to almost have a funeral service for your old self and for your old life. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether this is metaphorically speaking or whether this is something that you actually want to do. Okay, because I know people who dress up in all black and they literally have a funeral service for their old self and their old life. I mean, shit, do whatever you want to do. Whatever feels the most organic to you. I don't give a damn, right? But y'all are going to have to funeralize your old self and your old life. Because there's parts of... I'm not going to say there's parts. That part of you no longer serves you. And the more you kind of hang on to it, the more you kind of allow it to stay a part of your energy, is literally carrying dead weight. It's like you are literally carrying around dead weight that no longer serves you. And you're dragging these parts of you around, and it's infecting the new things that are trying to work for you and the new things that are coming in for you. It's almost like, you know, when you have a severe infection in the body, they will cut off that part of the body, not because they want you to be an amputee, but because they want to save your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have an infection in my finger, and, you know, everything that this infection touches, it's killing it, then at some point, to save my hand, the finger has to go. Not because anybody wants to see me walking around. Thank y'all for the gifts. Not because anybody wants to see me walking around with one less finger, but they want to see me walking around, period. You know what I'm saying? So in order for you to save what you have coming in and to solidify this future that you have, you're going to have to amputate that part of your life. You're going to have to sever that part of your life in order to keep the good tissue good. In order to keep the good mentality good. In order to keep the good parts of you good. Does that make sense? A lot of you guys are, again, dragging around this old energy, and it's not helping you in the slightest way. It's not bringing you anything. It's not doing anything for you. You know, this could be in a form of relationships that you keep trying to drag around. This could be in a form of mentalities that you keep trying to drag around. This could be in a form of, you know, characteristics that you keep dragging around, fears. I mean, whatever it is for you, however it's showing up for you, it's time to cut that shit off, because you're running the risk of infecting all of the new that's coming in, and you don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? You've already fought enough to get to this place that you're in now, so you don't have time to create more unnecessary work for yourself, you know, for no reason, when you can just do whatever it is that you need to do to cut this part or these parts of yourself off to put you in a more holistic, healed space. Period. Okay? Purple, the color purple, the actual color purple, not the movie, could be significant. There's something about like an old school van, or y'all know, like they call them we call them the kidnapper vans. But you know, like churches, when they go pick up their members, they have like them vans, the like 8 or 10 passenger vans. They're usually white, and you know, they got the windows. I'm seeing that could be significant to somebody. There's a lot of significance here with like Baptist churches, something along those lines. I just also heard funeral procession, I think is what they call it, when everybody is following everybody to the gravesite. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing the cars move out the way to allow the funeral to pass. Okay? I feel like for a lot of you guys, more than you think, this ties into your finances. A lot of this ties into your finances, and it's because until you change the way that you view yourself, and until you change the mentalities that created the old versions of yourself, you're going to continuously relive the same experiences and relive the same moments and have the same disappointments. You know what I'm saying? There's a great significance when it comes to rewriting your identity. Some of y'all need to sit down either today. Spirit said as soon as possible. So as soon as possible, some of y'all need to sit down and write out the way you want to identify. You know what I'm saying? And when I say identify, I mean in regards to everything. You know what I'm saying? Whether you are a wealthy person, whether you are a knowledgeable person, whether you are an intelligent person, whether you are a emotional secure person, whether you are a person that has X amount of friends, or work whatever types of jobs, or have whatever types of businesses, or have whatever types of careers, whether you are a person who has whatever types of relationships and however many children, and are you married, are you single, are you this, are you that. Like, some of y'all need to change your identity and get clear on that identity. A lot of you guys, again, still are holding yourself based on who you used to be. So physically you are a different person, but mentally a lot of y'all are still identifying as that person that you no longer are. Does that make sense? So it's like the way that you need to start looking at yourself needs to be based on who you want to become and not who you used to be. You're still in this mentality of who you used to be, and you're not living as who you want to become, right? Or who you're moving towards being. I do this exercise with my mentees, right? Anybody who's ever done a mentorship with me, we did an exercise called My Future Self. And you are literally writing out what your future self looks like, how your future self thinks, how your future self carries themselves, the type of people they have around them, the type of career they have, the type of job they work, the type of business they have, whatever it is. You know, getting very clear on what that looks like, getting very clear on, you know, what that entails, right? Because out of sight, out of mind. If you don't have anything that you are looking to guide you and to keep yourself mentally focused, physically focused, emotionally focused, spiritually focused, then you're going to find yourself doing anything, anywhere with anybody. And a lot of y'all are so in limbo right now because you don't have any clear depiction of where you're trying to go. You may have goals that you're looking to complete, but who is the person that's going to complete those goals? I can say, you know, I have a goal of being a millionaire. Okay, well, to be a millionaire, there's a specific version of me that is able to achieve that. Do I know what that specific version of me looks like? Do I know how they think? Do I know their spiritual relationship? Do I know their emotional relationship? Do I know their mentality? If I don't know those things, then that goal is not going to be reached. I have to know what version of me is able to achieve those goals. Period. And I have to become that version of me so that I can achieve those goals. The current version of you, the way that you're currently thinking, the way that you're currently identifying is not going to achieve the goals that you have in mind. And that's why it hasn't happened. That's why it hasn't happened. Because you have not taken the identity and the characteristics of that version that is able to make those things happen. You haven't stepped into that mentality. You haven't stepped into that personification. You have not become that version of yourself. Period. So the only things that you're going to continuously achieve are based on who you currently are, which is why you keep kind of cycling through the same shit over and over, because the version of you can only achieve certain things. The current version of you is only able to achieve the current things that you're achieving. That's just that on that. The future version of you that has these goals that they achieve is that version. And until you shift from where you are to where that version of you is, there's not going to be anything different happening in your space. There's not going to be anything different happening in your reality. You're going to continuously be on this hamster wheel where you are reliving the same things over and over. You're experiencing the same things over and over. You're going through the same things over and over. You're meeting the same type of people. You're going to the same type of places. You're having the same type of reality. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. Period. You are the only person that can take yourself out of where you are and move yourself to where you want to be. It's all based on your identity and the way that you identify. So if you continue to resonate with the current version of yourself, then you will continue to have the same things that you already have happen over and over. You can meet different people, but they're going to be the same type of energies. You can go to different places, but it's going to hold the same type of energy. You can have different experiences, but those experiences are going to hold the same type of energies. The energy is going to be the same no matter where you go, because you are the same. So you have to first figure out, what are my goals? What are the things I want to achieve? Right? That's the first step. Figuring out the things that you want to achieve, figuring out where, the destinations that you want to make it to. The second step would be, What do I need to do? And who do I need to become to achieve those things? Because a lazy motherfucker will never be a millionaire. That's not feelings, that's facts. Anybody sitting on their ass, laying in bed all day, you know what I'm saying, complaining about every motherfucking thing, not pushing themselves, not believing in themselves, not learning anything new, not asking for assistance, not learning from other people, they will never achieve that level of success. It's not going to fucking happen. So if those are the characteristics that you currently have, then you know that your goal is going to continuously be out of reach. If that's the type of person that you currently are, then you know that certain goals will continuously be out of reach. It just is what it is. Again, that's not a facts-based thing. I mean, that's not a feelings-based thing. That's a fact-based thing. Somebody who wants to be a successful business owner cannot be a person who knows it all. Know-it-alls don't become successful business owners. Students become successful business owners. Those who are willing to learn from other people, from life, from their mistakes, from their past. Those are people who go on to become successful. So if you don't identify with that, if that's not who you are currently, then you know that success in business is not something that you're going to achieve until you make that change. Somebody who lacks self-love will never be a wife or a husband to someone who is of a certain standard. You could be a wife or a husband, but the person that you marry is probably going to be ain't shit because you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You could be a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but the person that you with probably is not going to be of a certain standard because you're not of a certain standard. So in order to have the things that you want, in order to achieve the goals that you have in life, whatever your goals are, because goals look different for everybody, right? In order to achieve those goals, whatever they are, you have to become the person who can attract those things and make those things happen. And a lot of y'all don't understand that requires work. That's not something that you just wake up and become. You know what I'm saying? I just woke up tomorrow and now all of a sudden I'm this type of person. No, it takes work. It takes work. It takes accountability, right? It takes fearlessness. There's a fearless nature in a person who has to abandon their old ways. You have to be fearless because what you're saying when you abandon your old ways, when you abandon your old thought processes and your old characteristics, what you're saying is, I'm going to erase everything that I know, everything that makes me comfortable, and I'm going to jump out here. Even though I may not know what to expect, I'm going to jump out here and do something new. I'm going to jump out here and do something different. Things I've never done before. People that I've never been around before. Tap into energies I've never tapped in before. Think in ways that I've never allowed myself to think in before. It takes a fearless person to say, I'm going to erase everything that has made me comfortable and jump completely into new territory. That takes fearlessness. Now, can you be a little nervous and scared and in your head while you're doing it? Absolutely. But the act itself is of a fearless person. So even you becoming this new version of yourself, even you shifting into this new version of yourself, you know, takes balls. It's not something that should be overlooked. It's not something that should be undervalued or underappreciated. It's something that should be admired. You know, people who can change their own lives are people who should be admired. People who can get up and recognize their own faults and be accountable are people who should be admired. People who can sit in their own mess and continuously sit in their own mess knowing that it's mess, what's admirable about that? Or what's admirable about that? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Why should those type of people get any type of credit, accolade, anything? You didn't do no work. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do nothing different. You sat in your shit and you continuously sit in your shit. There's nothing special about that. Anybody can do that. But it takes a strong person to look at their lives as it is and say something needs to change here. Right? And this is why Spirit is saying it's happening just for you. That's why I play that song, Just For Me. Because these things are happening for your benefit. It may not feel like it. Right? The song says it don't feel good, but growing never does. Right? It doesn't feel good to grow all the time. Sometimes it's painful. Growth can be very painful. You know what I'm saying? Growth can be painful. It's not always a kumbaya moment and a live, laugh, love moment when you're growing. Hell no. Sometimes that shit sucks. Because you got to leave certain people behind. You got to leave certain things behind. You have to abandon what you thought you knew. You have to take a whole new approach. You got to do all types of new shit. That don't feel good all the time. Sometimes you got to be by yourself. That don't feel good all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different things that happen in a state of growth that don't necessarily feel good to you. But it is good for you, and it's working for your advantage. It's working for your benefit. So a lot of y'all have to get out of this mentality that everything that is good for me has to feel good to me. Everything that is working for my benefit has to look good. It has to be pretty. Hell nah. Hell nah. You think a diamond feels pretty when that pressure is on it? Fuck no. You think a diamond is under the soil? Like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I'm being squeezed to death. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? You think a crystal, when it's being developed over those thousands and thousands of years under the soil, feels good in isolation? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? But when that process is done and you see the finished product, this is going back to looking at the full picture. When that process is done and you see the finished product and you're looking at the full picture, you're not thinking about the pressure. When you look at a diamond in somebody's ear, on somebody's finger, around somebody's neck, or around somebody's wrist, you're not thinking about the years that is spent under the soil being pressured to death. You're not thinking about that. You're admiring the beauty of that thing. Nobody's thinking about that process when they have the finished product there. You looking at how sparkly it is and how many carats it is and how many this and how many that. You're paying attention to all of these other details, and your mind has not once went to what that diamond was prior to it becoming a diamond or the process of it becoming a diamond. You're not thinking nothing about that. You're admiring the finished product. So the process doesn't always feel good, but when you finally get to where you want to be at, when you finally achieve those goals, you can give a fuck about the process. When you got the millions in your bank account, or when you sitting on that piece of land, and when you in the process of building that home, or when you're in the process of planning that wedding, or walking down the aisle, or, picking out them baby clothes, you don't give a fuck about all that it took to get you there. You're not worried about those nights that you cried. You're not thinking twice about those people that you had to let go of. You're not sitting there thinking about none of the shit that happened in the process because you're too happy, you're too excited, you're too full of the results for you to go back and start picking apart what didn't feel good on your road to getting there. And a lot of you guys, again, this is why identifying that future version of yourself is so important, because when you get into that mentality, right? When you get into the mentality of somebody who already has those things, you think less and less and less and less about how the process may feel. You get more goal focused. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot more goal focused than you are process focused, than you are picking apart the little things that you have to do and the little things that you have to throw away or the little things that you have to release. Of course, when I first started to get into my journey and get more serious in my journey, I was always looking at the people that I had to let go of. I was always thinking about all of the things that I had to stop doing, and the places that I needed to stop going, and the people that I needed to stop being around, until I started seeing results. And the more results I saw, the less I cared about what I had to let go of. Of course, a part of you will still be like, damn, you know, okay, I gotta let go of this. Okay, I gotta let go of this person. Okay, cool, whatever. But you're not as focused on it as you was before. Because after you start getting a taste of those results, you like, fuck it. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the process. Oh, I got to lose this person. Damn, that sucks. But hey, it's part of the process. Oh, I got to walk away from this people. Damn, that sucks. But it's a part of the process. Oh, I got to be in isolation. I got to be to myself a little bit more than usual. Damn, that sucks. But it's a part of the process. You can eat that shit and you can live with it and you can keep it pushing. Rather than before you see those results, every little thing hurts. Every little thing sucks. Every little thing is like, what the fuck? I gotta lose you too? I gotta walk away from you too? I gotta stop coming in this environment too? I gotta give this up too? Damn, what the fuck is going on? Right? And then you start to see the results. You're like, shit, fuck it. I guess I gotta let you go. Does that mean that you won't cry about certain people? Of course, you're still going to have your emotions about certain things. But your ability to move on is a lot easier than it was prior to you having those results. Right? And that's the overall point. For a lot of you also, right now, this is a time for you to really tune inward. Spirit is really pressing a lot of y'all to rest. Okay, I keep hearing recharge. All right, I keep hearing recharge. And as I look down, my eyes are going straight to my charger that's plugged into my phone right here. I keep hearing recharge. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys need to give yourself time to just be. To just be. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to have, in order to reach a goal, it doesn't mean that you need to always have a plan. And I know that's probably like, girl, what the fuck is you talking about? But you don't need a plan for every step of the process. Because sometimes a part of the plan is for you to just experience things as it happens. You're not going to always know what's next. Sometimes it's for you to just experience what's next. Not for you to know in advance. That's what I mean by a plan. Knowing it in advance. Having something written out, planned out in advance. Sometimes the plan is to just be and go through the motherfucking process. Whatever comes to you, you deal with it. Whatever you go through, you deal with it. Whatever's presented to you, you deal with it. Sometimes that's just the plan. And a lot of you guys, you've gotten as far as you've gotten on whatever plan you have. And now you need to just allow yourself to go with the fucking flow. Right? Trusting your intuition. What is your intuition trying to tell you? Those little feelings that you get, those gut feelings that you get, you know, those things that you just kind of know, those things you just kind of think about, those things you just kind of feel. What are those things telling you? What is it saying to you, right? It's not always going to be mapped out. Because if spirit was to map everything out for us, we would look at that motherfucker and get the crossing shit off. Oh, I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound fun. That seems uncomfortable. I've never done that before. That sounds scary. You wouldn't go along with half of the shit because you would be, again, looking at it based on who you currently are and not who you one day will be. And a lot of the plan is based on who you are becoming, not who you are right now. And because you haven't shifted your identity and you still are thinking of yourself as your past self, a lot of the plan is not making sense to you. Because it's not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? If I go put on, you know, my mama glasses, I'm not going to be able to see what the hell I'm not going to be able to see shit. Honestly, it's going to be blurry. Because not my glasses. I don't wear glasses. So me looking through her lenses, I'm not going to be able to see what the fuck is going on. Period. It's going to be foggy. It's going to be blurry. It's going to look crazy as hell to me. It's going to be off because it does not fit who I am. It does not fit my eyes. So a lot of y'all are looking at, the things that Spirit is trying to push you to do through a lens that no longer fits your eyes. Maybe your old version may have needed that particular prescription for the lenses, right? But this new version of you, this version of you that is going to one day achieve these things, got 20/20 vision. It don't need them glasses. You still trying to put these glasses on and look at everything through these glasses because that's what you're used to doing. No, boo. You're going to have to take that off and look at it from a whole different perspective. Period. And some things you're just going to have to be comfortable with not seeing until it's time for you to see it. Some things you're going to have to be comfortable with not understanding until it's time for you to understand it. Everything is not going to come to you all the time in a way that you immediately understand it, that you immediately get it, that you immediately see it. No, because you have to transform. There's more growth that has to happen before those things get clear to you. For example, when we were children, right, our parents would tell us certain things, about life that were 100% true. But because we was kids, we didn't understand that shit. And I'm talking about even in high school, when we thought we was grown. There's certain things our parents would tell us, and my mama used to always say, one day, what I'm saying to you, it's going to make sense. One day you going to get it. One day, she used to say, keep on living. Keep on living, and all the things that I've been saying to you one day is going to click. And I used to look at her like, girl, shut the fuck up. I'm not trying to hear that shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. But the reason I didn't understand it is because the version of me that was made to understand it, I wasn't that person yet. I didn't experience what I needed to experience yet to understand what she was saying. It didn't mean that what she was saying was untrue. It just meant that I had more developing that had to happen before I can see the truth of what she was saying. Same thing for your life. There's certain things that Spirit may tell you to do intuitively. There's certain things that your journey may lead you to, right? There's certain, new things that you have to do and ways that you have to get out your comfort zone. And it may not make sense to you in this moment because you have not yet developed into the person yet that it does make sense to. You haven't experienced the things that you need to experience yet that will make those things make sense. That's why they say hindsight is 20/20. It's not necessarily that, what was shown was unclear. It's that what was shown is unclear to a person who hasn't developed enough yet to see it clearly. That's why hindsight is 20/20. Because you done went through the shit now, so when you look back at it, it makes sense. But before you went through it, it wasn't clicking. The version of you that is meant to achieve these things, to achieve these goals, to live this specific type of life, right? A lot of y'all have not become that version of you yet. So a lot of the things that are happening currently in your life don't make sense. A lot of the people that you have to let go of right now doesn't make sense. A lot of the experiences that you're having right now don't make sense. But once you really develop into that future version of you and you look back, or you take a broader look and you look at the full picture, all of these things are going to start to click. It's going to start to make sense. You're going to start to get, oh, that's why that person was removed from my life. Oh, that's why that relationship wasn't supposed to work out. Oh, that's why no matter how much I loved and cared for this person, we just couldn't get it right. Oh, that's why I was forced out of that job. Or that's why I was forced out of that house, that city, that state. Oh, that's why I had to sever ties with that family member. Oh, that's why I had to, go through whatever I went through. It's going to make sense when you get to that version of you that is meant to understand it. Does that make sense? So a lot of you guys still have a lot of developing to do. And the pace at which this happens is all based on you. and your ability to jump in and trust your process and understand that your spirit team, your ancestors, your guides are never going to put you in any situation, in any experience, on any path that is not working to your benefit or for your benefit. It's just never going to happen. They're never going to surround you with people who are not good for you or to you. It's never going to happen. They're never going to put you in a place and just leave you to be ate up and fucked over by a whole bunch of different people. It's just never going to happen. We put ourselves in those situations and predicaments because we can't see the bigger picture. So we allow fear. We allow, overthinking. We allow procrastination. We allow all of these negative mentalities and thought processes to come in and come in and influence us to make certain decisions that are not really for our highest good. And that's how we usually end up further from the goal. Because Spirit is taking us to a place that may be unfamiliar. Spirit is taking us to people that we may not be used to. Spirit is putting us around energies that we may not be used to. And instead of us embracing it and just saying, you know what, I'm just going to go with the flow, we start to want to push them out the driver's seat and take the wheel ourselves and make a U-turn or get off the exit and go back to where we feel the most comfortable. But comfort doesn't breed change. It just doesn't. Nothing comfortable grows. Nothing comfortable grows. Babies are very uncomfortable in the womb. Their bones are growing. They don't have space in that motherfucker. They gotta eat whatever the mama is eating. They're feeling whatever hormones and feelings the mama is feeling. There's no comfort in the womb. Their brains are developing, their ears are developing, their body parts are developing. They're growing at a rapid pace. They go from a small little dot of nothing to a fully developed ass baby in 9 months. That's a lot of growth to happen in such a short amount of time. If I'm not mistaken, I think humans are some of the fastest developing in and when it comes to birth. There's some animals that take 12 months, 13 months. You know what I'm saying? It takes them a while. So to develop that quickly and to become what we see during birth that quickly, that's not a comfortable process. But nothing comfortable grows. When you plant a seed in the ground, do you know how much strength and power it takes for what is within that seed to break through the shell of the seed, to start to sprout and to continuously grow? You think a tree was comfortable growing from a small little seed into a big ass tree that we would see now? You think that was a comfortable process? Absolutely not. You think it felt good to the tree? Absolutely not. Nothing comfortable grows. Nothing. I've used this example before. If you laying in the bed, right, and you all comfortable in your bed, and you gotta be up at 8 a.m. and that alarm goes off, or you gotta be to work at 8 a.m. and that alarm goes off at 6:30. It's not comfortable getting the fuck up at 6:30 in the rising. That's not comfortable. I don't know nobody who wants to willingly get the fuck up at 6:30. But you got shit to do. You gotta go make your money. You gotta go do this. You gotta go do that. You gotta pay your bills. You gotta go get the kids ready for school. There's things that you have to do. So you can keep pressing that snooze button if you want to, but eventually you're gonna be late. Or you can continuously call off of work, but eventually you're gonna lose that job. So comfort doesn't breed any type of success. At no point are you going to get anything out of being comfortable. Period. It is what it is. So you're going to have to learn to give up comfort and exchange that for success. And a good thing about it is the faster you do it, the faster you achieve whatever it is that you're supposed to achieve. The quicker you get it through your head that this is the way that it goes, the quicker you're able to step into the reality that you want for yourself. But the more time you waste trying to make it comfortable, the more time you waste trying to make it go the way you want it to go, trying to make it feel good, okay? The more time you waste trying to control the narrative, the longer and longer and longer and longer it takes for you to reach whatever goal you're trying to reach. And the further and further and further away from the goal you get. It just is what it is. Okay? Coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. So again, everything is happening individually to create a holistic picture, to create a holistic experience, right? And the thing about this spiritual journey is it definitely feels like a whole bunch of random shit happening in random areas of your life. It really does. There could be something going on over here with the family, and then there's something going over here with the friends, and then there's something going over here with the relationship, and then there's something going over here with your mentality, and then there's something going over here with self-love, and then there's something going on over here with your home life, then there's something going over here with your career, then there's something happening with the job, then there's something happening with the health. It's like all these different things, and it feels like everything is going wrong. But in reality, if you think of it kind of like a spider web, all of these different singular things come together to create a whole picture. So yeah, something may be going on with the family and with you, but those are two areas that need to be dealt with. Yeah, something could be going on with your children and your health, but those are two areas that need to be dealt with. Yes, something could be going on with your relationship and your love life, and then over here with your money, but those are two areas that need to be dealt with. And the beautiful part about it is our spirit team will allow us to deal with all of these different singular types of experiences and singular types of things, so that when it comes together, we've actually corrected all of these issues. Not only is my money getting better, but now my health is getting better. Not only is my relationships getting better, but now my relationship with myself is getting better. Not only am I healing from my childhood traumas, but I'm also building a better relationship with my children. All of these different things that felt like separate things happening at once now come together and make sense cohesively. So when you are experiencing those moments where it feels like, damn, once I try to, once this is brought to my attention, then this goes wrong. Once that's brought to my attention, then this goes wrong. Once I'm dealing with that, then over here, this is happening. Don't tell yourself that everything is going wrong. That's not what you should be telling yourself. If anything, you should be telling yourself, I have an opportunity to fix multiple different areas of my life. I have an opportunity to not only get this area of my life together, but to also develop this area. I have an opportunity to kill several birds with one stone. So that when I finally get to where I want to go, or when I finally reach whatever destination I have, I've, again, completed multiple things. It's not just I was spending all of this time on this one thing, and now I look up a year or two from now, and all I can say is, well, I fixed this. It's like, okay, but what about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? You know what I'm saying? Would you rather spend 2 years on one thing, or would you rather spend 2 years on 4 or 5 things? It don't feel good in a moment because you feel like a goddamn octopus. You know what I'm saying? Working over here, then working over there, then doing this, then doing that, then over this. And you know what I'm saying? You feel all over the place in the moment. But when you look back, you see that you've achieved more than one thing. You've corrected more than one area of your life. And that's the good thing about it. It's all about perspective. And we've talked about perspective in so many different ways, and in so many different readings and channel messages over here. Y'all know I try to really, really beat perspective into y'all head. Because if you can see something from a high vibrational point, then you can make it high vibrational. You know what I'm saying? If I keep seeing everything as negative, then I'm just going to keep making it negative. And then I'm a victim. If everything that's happening for my benefit, I'm looking at it as a negative thing, I am now a victim. That puts me in a victim space. That puts me in victim energy. And what I'm saying is none of this stuff is happening for a good reason. It's all happening because, you know, people just want to fuck with me. You know, I'm just a horrible person. I can't have happiness. I can't have love. I can't have this. I can't have that. You know, woe is me. When. You know, I'm the victim. Everybody wants to be mean to me. When that's not the case at all. The fact that you are even being pointed in certain directions shows the love that your spirit team has for you. It shows how strong you are and how much they believe in you, which is why they're even putting all of this on your plate. If your spirit team didn't think that you were strong enough to handle it, it wouldn't be on your plate. You are the one not giving yourself the credit. Your spirit team knows who you are. They know how strong you are. They know how capable you are. They know how able you are to make certain things happen, to make certain changes, and to become who you're supposed to be. They understand that. They can see the healed and developed and, you know, elevated version of you. But if you can't see it, it don't even fucking matter. If you see it as a way, you know, as a negative thing, then it doesn't matter what the positive overtone of it is. It doesn't even matter. The reason why it's even being brought to your attention doesn't even matter anymore. If all you can do is look at it and look at it as a negative thing, as a bad thing, as a horrible thing, the intention of it don't even matter no more. Because you're changing what it is with the way that you identify it. Excuse me, with the way that you're looking at it. So it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? I used to be so mad in school, right? When I would finish up my work, or not even when I would finish my work, when I wouldn't even do my work because I was talking to people and fucking up and trying to do this with everybody else and trying to do that with everybody else. And my teachers would be so disappointed in me. And I'm like, well, what about them? They was talking too. What about them? They was acting out too. What about them? They was skipping school too. It wasn't just me. Why you so mad at me? And they would look at me and be like, because I expect more from you. And I'm like, why? What the fuck? What are you trying to say? Why you so motherfucking mad at me? I don't get it. We doing the same shit. Why I'm getting in more trouble than they getting in? Why you more disappointed in me than you disappointed in them? And I didn't understand it at the time. But it's because they could see who I was. And who I was and what I was doing wasn't the motherfucking same. And them other people who was doing the same shit as me, yeah, they was doing the same shit, but we wasn't the same people. We wasn't the same people. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't really too much care about what them people was doing because they didn't have the expectations of them people that they had for me based on who I was. And I didn't understand that shit until I got older. And I'm like, damn. Now I understand why my certain teachers was more hard on me than other people. Now I understand why my mama would treat me certain types of ways versus my brothers. Now I understand why the expectations that people had in me was different than other people who was around me. Because they could always see who the fuck I was. They can always see that I was bigger and that I was more mature and that I was more intelligent and that I was more gifted and that I was on another level. They could see that. But because of the way that I identified myself, I couldn't see it. And because I couldn't see it, I didn't act in that energy. I didn't walk up, and live up to that version of me that they had in their head. I thought that they was just being meaner to me than they was everybody else. I thought that they was just, harder on me than they was everybody else. Just because. I thought they was picking on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it as a negative thing instead of seeing, oh, these people are harder on me because I have more to live up to. These people are harder on me because of who I am, they expect more from me. And that's what happens in our lives. Our spirit team, our ancestors, our guides, they know who the fuck we are. They understand just how important we are, just how intelligent we are, just how powerful we are, just how capable we are. They understand all of that shit. They get it. They know the end goal. They understand who we can be and how much we can develop and how far we can go. They get all of that. But if I don't see it for myself, I'm going to continuously put myself in the wrong situations. I'm going to continuously put myself around the wrong people. I'm going to continuously surround myself with the wrong energies. I'm going to continuously go out here and do the wrong shit. Right? And put myself in energies and do things that are under who I really am. This is why identity is so important. Because everybody else can know who the fuck I am. But if I don't know, I lose. If I'm not living based on who I am and who I'm supposed to be, I take the L. I take the L. I'm the one who loses something. I'm the one who goes without. Everybody else, they're going to keep living their life. They're going to keep doing whatever the fuck they're supposed to do. But it's me who takes the loss. So understanding who you truly are is such a huge part of this energy right now. And for a lot of you guys, this is why Spirit is pushing you into moments of introspection. Some of y'all are sleeping more. Some of y'all are more prone to be by yourself, doing things on your own. We're usually maybe even down to little stuff like going to get something to eat, or stepping out the house, or going certain places. Usually you calling people, hey, you want to go do this? Hey, you want to go do that? Hey, you trying to hang out? Hey, you want to come over and watch a movie? Hey, you want to do blah, 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 blah. Now you're not really thinking about that shit. Like, you know what? I just want to be on my own. I want to go sit at a restaurant by myself. I want to just be in my own energy. All of this is happening because it's so important right now that you understand who you are. You have to understand and know who you are. We've been talking about 2025 over here for the last 6 months at least, right? And we have been talking about what 2025 is the energy that it's carrying and who you need to be in order to really thrive in 2025. Right? And the only way you're going to thrive in 2025 is by being yourself. How do you know who yourself is? Your true self. Not who your past has convinced you that you are, which is why healing is so important. Childhood trauma healing. By the way, I'm still open to doing the childhood trauma healing seminar on the 12th. If you're interested, it's only $30. Feel free to inbox me, and I'll send you the information. It's not available on my website. You have to inbox me or email me directly, okay? However, this is why that is so important, because there's a lot of things that have happened in the early stages of our lives, okay? And when I say childhood, I mean 18, 19, and younger. Because a lot of y'all think about childhood and you think that shit ends when you're like 15 to 16. Hell nah, babe. You still got a little ass, childish ass brain. Okay? If we being serious, I would really say 21 and younger. Because I was, for real. You know what I'm saying? But we'll say 18, 19. Just, you know, for temporary purposes. But understanding that played a huge role in the way that you look at yourself. Based on whatever you experienced as a child, based on what you was taught as a child, based on how people identified you as a child. You know what I'm saying? Based on how people talked to you, based on how people treated you, based on the things that you experienced yourself, okay? Based on the things that you've seen other people experience, whatever it is, a lot of that has shaped the way that you identify you. And if you don't go back and clear a lot of that up and heal from that, you're going to continuously walk into or try to walk into new spaces, but you never will. Because old shit can't access new shit. So until you change who you are for the better, you're only going to have access to certain stuff. It's like when you in a government and you get, you know, different clearances. There's not just one type of clearance. There's several different clearances, right? Top secret, I think, being one of the highest clearances you can get. But there's several different clearances. Just because you work in the government don't mean you have a clearance. It just is what it is. You have to either take a course. You have to either, get somebody to vouch for you. There's different things that have to happen in order for you to start moving up when it comes to clearances. And it don't matter if you work for the government or not. You can't just swipe your little ID and get into any motherfucking door you want. That's not how that works. You have to have permission based on your clearance. If you don't have that clearance, that is a door you won't access. It don't fucking matter. They don't care if you sit in front of that door and cry. They don't care if you go on a rant about what you deserve. They don't give a damn. You either got the clearance to get in or you don't, Pookie. And if you don't, you're going to be on the other side of this door until you do. That's what life looks like. If I keep thinking to myself in a certain way, there's certain things that I just won't be able to access. I can sit here all day and say, I deserve this and I deserve that. And I've been through this and I've been through that. And this time was hard for me and this time was hard for me. And this happened to me at 5 and that happened to me at 8 and this happened to me at 14. I can say that shit all day. It's not going to change the fact that I cannot get into certain doors. So when you go and you do the healing and you evolve into better versions of yourself, because there's always a better version of yourself. There's always a better version of yourself. Period. So some of y'all have done some work and you've went up, but then you got comfortable. And you feel like the little bit of work that you did should open all of the motherfucking doors. That's not how that works either. Hell nah. Like I said, there's different levels of clearances. So just because I made it through the first one don't mean I get top secret. I got to do top secret work to get top secret. So there's always another step. There's always another level. There's always a better version of yourself that you can tap into. And the more comfortable you get in being who you are and you like, well, I've done enough work. I did enough. I'm tired of working. I'm tired of doing X, Y, and Z. I'm tired of, changing. I don't want to lose no more people. I done already lost a lot. I don't want to change no more. I don't want to change my mind no more, my mentality no more. I don't want to get deeper into this. I don't want to get deep into that. I'm comfortable right where I am. Okay, that's fine. But understand that with that comfort means that you're going to stay where the fuck you are. Period. And don't nobody owe you shit. Don't nobody owe you a fuck ass thing. Especially if you got the audacity to not do no work, but they'll still be sitting there with your motherfucking hand out. That's crazy. That's insane, actually. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you are. To think that you can do the bare minimum and get access to every goddamn thing. Absolutely not. And when you put that in perspective and you compare that to the things that y'all asking for, the goals that y'all have, you think laziness and you sitting here doing a couple little things of work, doing a couple little exercises of shadow work, cutting off about 2-3 people, changing one little thought pattern. You think that warrants you getting 100% of what is out there? Hell no. That's not how that works. And a lot of y'all have audacity where you think, just because I claim to be spiritual, just because I claim to have ancestors, just because I claim this and claim that, that means that I can just expect for certain shit to be given to me. I could just sit back and expect for certain things to happen. Just because I healed this one little trauma and I took this one little class and I did this one little thing, I can just expect for all the shit that I want to come and be delivered at my front door. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. There's a lot of people in this world that have $1. But $1 can't buy everything. So if I got $1 in my pocket and I go in a jewelry store and they say, okay, well, this piece of jewelry is $5,000. I can't say I got $1. Do you know what I went through to get this dollar? Do you know what I had to do to get this dollar? You should just give it to me because I got a dollar. There's a lot of people in this world that don't even got a dollar, but I got a dollar, so you should just give it to me. You know how fast they're going to call security on your ass? You know how quickly you're going to be escorted off the premises? Because you done lost your ever-loving mind. They don't give a fuck about that. You either have the payment or you don't. You either have what is required or you don't. They don't care about your childhood. They don't care about what you went through. They don't care about all the people that don't got this and don't got that. They don't care about all the things you... They don't give a fuck. You got the $5,000 or you don't. It's that simple. Same thing with your life. A lot of you think just because you went through hard times that you deserve all of this shit just off the strength. No. Everybody that went through hard times. If that's the case, we all should be out here living La Viva Loca. And we not. What are you willing to work for? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? Because sacrifice is such a huge part of this journey as well. And a lot of y'all don't want to sacrifice. And sacrifice shows up in so many different ways. So many different ways. Sometimes it's making that decision to not go out. Sometimes it's making that decision to stay by yourself, even though there's people saying that they will come around and be with you. Sometimes it's making that decision to not answer the phone. Sometimes it's making a decision to turn down that job, or that relationship, or that friendship, or that offer. There's plenty of things that I get offered to do, and I'm going to say no. Because does that align with where I'm going? Is that something that the future version of myself will be into? Or is that something that the old version of myself will be into? I got to know the difference. I have to be able to identify, okay, is this a mentality based on the old me? Or is this a mentality based on who I'm developing into, who I'm becoming? Are these people, friends, whoever that would serve who I am becoming? Or are these the type of people who would be around who I used to be? I've had random people inbox me all the time trying to shoot their friendship shot. We can't be friends. Because you don't resonate with who I'm becoming. I can identify with you based on who I used to be. Based on the version of me that I'm growing out of. I've had people try to shoot their relationship shot at me. You don't resonate with who I'm becoming. You don't. I can resonate with you based on who I used to be. Based on who I'm growing out of. It's just that simple. There's job opportunities. No, thank you. You don't resonate with who I am becoming. That does not resonate with who I am becoming. I had business opportunities. Brands that wanted to work with me. I can't work with y'all. Because it doesn't fit who I'm becoming, what I'm developing into. And the only way I would know that is to identify who I used to be. Some of y'all haven't yet made the separation with who you used to be and who you're becoming, because you're still identifying with who you used to be. So you're still picking people, choosing people, relating to people, having relationships with people, sleeping with people, being friends with people based on your old self. And you wonder why certain things are happening the way that they're happening. Well, because you're still in old ass energy. And those people that you're allowing to see your space, they come and basically confirm that old ass energy. Versus understanding who you used to be and saying, based on that, I know I can't be around these type of people anymore. Based on that, I know I can't think these types of ways anymore. Based on that, I know I can't work these types of jobs anymore. Based on that, I know I can't spend money or look at money this type of way anymore. Based on that, I know I can't travel to certain environments like I used to anymore. There has to be something that I'm moving away from in order for me to get to something new. And a lot of y'all haven't moved away from that old shit yet. You're trying to drag it into this new place, and that's not going to happen. Access denied every single time. And what you don't understand is, it's better for spirit to deny your access than to let you through the door and let you fuck up everything. Period. I'd rather my spirit team put a motherfucking bolt lock on that motherfucker with 7-foot security outside than to allow me in there and fuck up everything that's in there. Like a bull in a china shop. Just in there terrorizing shit. Because I haven't developed into the version of me that can walk into that new door and appreciate those new things. That can walk into that door and use those new things to my advantage. And fulfill whatever destiny I'm supposed to fulfill. So, again, going back to the song that I played in the beginning. It's happening for your benefit. Even you not having access to certain things is for your benefit. Even spirit plucking your motherfucking ass a couple steps back is for your benefit. It may not seem like it while you're going through it. It may not feel like it while you're going through it. You may not like it at all while you're going through it. But at the end of the day, when you finally do access that new space, when you finally do get permission to walk through that door, you're going to be very appreciative of the fact that you waited to get yourself together first. That you waited to develop into who you're supposed to be first. That you waited to make the changes that you needed to make first. I'm so happy that Spirit didn't give me this platform 7 years ago. Oh, God. What? What? You talking about me misusing some shit? You talking about being in the wrong energy? What? Absolutely not. I'm glad Spirit didn't give me PocaSPEAKS 10 years ago. 10 years ago? What? Do you know the mess I would have made of this platform? Do you know the mess I would have made of this platform? I'm so happy. Was I upset 10 years ago that certain things wasn't happening? Was I upset 10 years ago that I didn't have access to certain shit? Absolutely. Was I upset, years ago when I was in certain relationships? Absolutely. But it all had purpose. It all had to happen the way it had to happen. In order for me to get to this place and be able to fully appreciate it in its fullness. All of those things had to happen. I had to go through those bullshit ass, toxic ass relationships. I had to be friends with them motherfucking energy vultures and vampires. I had to work all of these crazy ass jobs. I had to have these weird ass friendships. I had to be ostracized from my family. It all had purpose. And it didn't make sense at the moment. Look, do something to change your energy. It didn't make sense at the moment when I was going through all of those things. But now when I look back, I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative. I'm so happy that it happened the way it happened. I'm so happy that all of it happened. All of the heartbreaks, all of the disappointment, all of the manipulation, all of the lies, all of the deceit, all of the backstabbing, all of the ostracizing. I'm appreciative of it all. Because had those people not ostracized me, I wouldn't have found myself. Had I not been manipulated, I wouldn't have figured out what manipulation looks like. And learned how to protect myself against manipulation. Had I not been betrayed by those friends, I would have kept them around. They would still be here. I wouldn't have got rid of them. I'm loyal. I'm loyal as fuck. But had they not did what they did, I wouldn't have walked away. Had them people not cheated on me, I wouldn't have walked away. Had them people not played in my face, I wouldn't have walked away. And I would have drugged their ass right along with me, because that's what the fuck I do. If I care about you, I'm bringing you with me. We coming together. If I win, you win, we all win. If I eat, you eat, we all eat. Spirit said, And it had to be set up in a way that I learned the lesson. Not where Spirit controlled the narrative. I'm just going to force these people out your life. No, it had to happen where I had no choice but to make a decision. It had to be placed in my hands. My spirit team didn't do the work for me. I had to do the work. I had to release them people. I had to let them people go. It had to happen to me. I had to see it with my own eyes. I had to feel it with my own heart. I had to experience it with my own self. For me to really get it through my head like, oh, this is not it. This is fucked up. This is horrible. I had to live it. Because you can't, I'm not the type that you could just tell me some shit and I'm just going to be like, okay, cool. Hey, Poca, the stove is hot. Okay, I'm not going to touch that stove. Hell no. Once you turn your back, I'm going to be like, fuck. That shit hot as hell. I'm not touching that motherfucker no more. That's me. You just told me that the stove was hot. You just told me that it can burn me. I don't give a damn what you talking about. I'm going to touch it. And I want to touch it even more because you said it was going to burn me and it's hot. Now I really want to touch it. I wouldn't even really think about the stove until you brought up the fact that it was hot. It's hot. Let me see how hot it is. It's going to burn me. Well, let me see how that be. Because I don't think it's going to burn me. Me? It's not going to burn me. Until the shit burn me. And I'm like, God damn, that hurt. It burnt. Oh my God, it really did burn me. You was right. That's crazy. You was correct. Oh my God, you're so smart. So it had to happen where I lived the experience. Where I made the decisions that I thought was good in my head just to see them all crash and crumble in front of me. It had to happen like that. Because I thought I had all the good ideas. You couldn't tell me that my ideas wasn't good. Anything that I decided to do, I thought was a brilliant idea. Why? Because I thought of it. I thought of it. This is my idea. You shouldn't be with that person. Why? You don't even know him like I know him. What you mean? Matter of fact, just to prove you wrong, I'm going to be with that person. You shouldn't be talking to that person. You shouldn't be friends with that person. Why? You don't know them. Just because they did you a certain type of way don't mean they're gonna do me a certain type of way. You not me, I'm not you. But I had to go through it. I had to experience it. And then when that shit happened, I was like, damn. Guess that was right. Fuck it. Well, won't do that shit again. So, in making your own decisions and doing what you think is best, it's usually based on the way that you identify. I chose people. I chose to stick around people. I chose to stick beside people. I chose to continue to be friends with people because of how I identified. How I saw myself. Based on how I saw myself, I saw them. Until I shifted how I saw myself. One day I was like, you know what? Let me go back and look through my childhood. Because I used to walk around and say, yeah, I got an attitude problem. I don't care. It's for real, it's not even an attitude. I'm just very direct. I just tell the truth and people don't like it. I used to go around screaming that shit from top of my lungs. I don't care that I hurt your feelings. It's just the truth. And everybody can't handle the truth. And I'm a truth teller. Until I started on my shadow work and I said, oh, I got this from my mama. Oh, she got that from her mama. Oh, she got that from her mama. Shit. So there is a different way of giving the truth. There is a different way for you to tell people what they need to hear without being a bitch, without being nasty, without being stank. There is a way to do that. Oh my God. I never would have known. I would have still been out here talking crazy to people. It's the truth. I'm just telling the truth. If you mad about this because you can't handle the truth. No, stupid. You got a fucking attitude problem. You talk to people nasty. And it's something that you picked up on. Because people in your household did that. My mama talked to everybody crazy when I was growing up. And her mama talked to everybody crazy. And her mama talked to everybody crazy. And I'm sure her mama talked to everybody crazy. The women in my family talk to each other crazy. It just is what it is. On my mama's side, what? You talking about attitudes galore to this day? And they all pastors. My mama pastor, my grandmama pastor. Talk to people crazy. My grandmama called one of my cousins a bitch a couple months ago. And I thought that shit was the funniest thing. But then I thought about it. I was like, damn. My grandmama about to be 77. At some point, you gotta do some different shit, grandma. What the fuck? At some point, you gotta live a different life, boo. Not the apostle calling people bitches because she mad. I thought it was hilarious. But then I had to think about it. I'm like, that's a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, what is you doing? Like, and be the first one to say, I'm the matriarch of the family. I'm the oldest. And everybody needs to respect me. And whoop, 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 whoop. Girl, attitude's still on 100. Attitude's still on 100. You know what I'm saying? And I had to check that shit. Because do I want to be a 77-year-old calling people bitches? If I don't change the way I identify, that's going to be my future. And sometimes Spirit will put people in your life to show you where you could go. How you could end up if you don't make the necessary changes. They put them right directly in your life. Motherfuckers, the example be right there. All you got to do is look. Do you want to get to that space, that age, and be still in that type of energy? Is that your future is right there in front of you? Would you like to live it? Would you like to experience that? Would you like for that to be your reality? Same thing with my mama. There's a lot of things that my mama do that I used to do as well. And then I had to look at her one day like, damn, do I want to be this age with this type of mentality? Do I want to be a woman who acts the way that I've seen my mama act sometimes? I don't want to do that. I don't want to have that type of life. Do I want to be the type of person that does some things I see my father do? I don't want to be that person. Even though my father said, I've talked about his mom a lot. She is the nicest, sweetest lady, but she's scared of every goddamn thing. I mean, scary. Just scary. Just, I mean, if it get dark too quick, she's scared. You know what I'm saying? She the type, if you driving and she in the passenger seat, she holding on to the goddamn thing. If you go anything above 40 miles an hour, she locked in. Like, she just know this car about to flip over. Just scary. I mean, the sweetest person that you will ever meet in your life. Just the sweetest little soul. But scary. And I said, do I want to grow up and live that type of life? I'm just scared of everything. Just scared to do new shit. Scared to take trips. My grandmother ain't never been outside the country because she's scared. She may be flown on a plane once in her life because she's scared. Been married once. Been in one relationship because she's scared. Do I want that to be my reality? Hell no. So I had to go back to childhood. To the versions of me that soaked some of this stuff up. And identify those versions of me so that I can eliminate what no longer serves me and change my identity. Correct my identity. So that I can live a life that is worthy of me having. And I can be worthy of having the type of lifestyle that I want. It's not an easy process. And y'all know I ain't never told y'all this shit is easy, and I never will, because that's a fucking lie. And we don't lie over here. We keep it a whole bean. I ain't gonna never tell y'all this shit is easy. I ain't gonna never tell y'all that this shit is a cakewalk. Never. Never will I do that. Look at this. Write a passage as I'm saying that. I ain't gonna never tell you that this shit is easy, but it's necessary. All of the things that are put on our path are put on our path because it's necessary. And we talking about the things that are a part of our process. We're not even talking about the shit that we create, the issues that we create, the unnecessary shit that we add to it. Because we be adding shit to it. You know what I'm saying? We be adding shit to the process. Like, the process is already hard enough. So why do I need to be out here adding more stress and drama and bullshit? No, thank you. I'm just going to do what I need to do. It's like people who go to jail and instead of just serving their little time, they be in there fighting and shit. It's like you put more time on top of it. You only had 30 days. Now you got 2 years because you want to be in here doing the motherfucking most. For what? Why add unnecessary shit to it? This shit already stressful enough. It's already challenging enough. It's already ups and downs enough. You know what I'm saying? It's already releasing enough people and letting go of enough things and changing enough mentalities. I'm not going to add more fuel to the fire unnecessarily. But that's what we do when we have certain things that we're being led and guided towards and we think we know better. And because we haven't understood who we truly are and we haven't secured our identity, we create issues unnecessarily instead of just going with the flow. I'm more afraid of living the same life than I am afraid of living a different life. And sometimes that's just the way that I have to think. When I'm being pushed into new environments and being pushed around new people and pushed to new things, I have to remind myself, I'm more afraid of waking up in the same energy with the same people, doing the same shit, being around the same environments, living the same experiences over and over and over and over than I am doing some different shit. I'll do the different shit every day if I have to. Fuck it. If I wake up every single day and some shit is different, fuck it. Then waking up every single day and everything the same. There are people who are 60, 70, 80 years old and all of their days have been the same. They wake up, go to work, come home. 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 That's all their reality has ever been. They wake up, smoke, drink, lay down. Wake up, smoke, drink, lay down. Wake up, smoke, drink, lay down. That's been their reality for forever. They wake up, mess with different women or men, and do whatever. Every day, every day, every day. Same shit, same shit, same shit. Wake up, argue back and forth with the same people. Every day, same shit. For years and years and years and years. Because they're so comfortable in the shit that they don't even take time to look at the full picture and realize that they've been repeating the same day every single fucking day for the last 30 to 40 years. That's a miserable ass life to live. Because one thing that we don't ever get back is time. Time is what it is. It's going to keep moving. It is what it is. You ain't going to never be 21 again if you 30. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to never be 41 again if you 50. It is what it is. So, do you want to continuously live the same days over and over just because it makes you comfortable? Or do you want to take a leap of faith, make the necessary changes no matter how hard it is to change, so that you can live different experiences and realities? We are only here to experience. We're not here to control. We're not here to relive the same shit. That's why you get thrown off. The natural rhythm of your life gets thrown the fuck off when you start repeating the same shit over and over. You start to end up in all of these, having all these issues and having all these problems and these health issues, and all of this shit starts to happen because you're fucking up the natural rhythm of life when you get in here and you start to try to control everything and make it be what you want it to be. Because you're too afraid to do something different. Because you're too comfortable to change. Or because you worried about other people looking at you. Or what other people going to say. How other people going to feel. Fuck all of that. That's like people who go to the gym. You finally then mustered up the courage to go to the gym to do what you need to do. And then you get there and you thinking about how everybody looking at you. Who gives a fuck? If you in the midst of doing something for yourself, who gives a fuck who looking at you? Who gives a fuck what them people are thinking? Because even when you get to your desired shape, weight, whatever, motherfuckers still gonna be looking. It's not gonna change. People still gonna have something to say. It's not gonna fucking change. Whether you working on yourself to get better, or whether you staying the fucking same and doing the same shit, people still gonna have something to say about you. Period. It don't even fucking matter. I'd have been super skinny and I'd have been thick. And people still have shit to say. Have you answered your deepest calling? Are you doing what you feel called to do? Look at this transformation at the bottom of the deck. It's time to transform into your best self. It's not by accident that you want to change your diet. It's not by accident that you want to change your friend group. It's not by accident that you want to change the shit that you watch and tune into. It's not by accident that your music taste is changing. It's not by accident that, your mentality is changing. None of this is by accident. It's not by accident that you want to spend more time with yourself and tune inward. It's not by accident that you want to research more into meditation and healing and shadow work and spirituality and whatever else. It's not by accident that you watching this motherfucking live right now. Or watching the replay whenever I post it. None of this is by accident. There's no such thing as coincidences. Everything is cause and effect. Period. No matter how you skin it, it is all cause and effect. It's all happening for a reason. And your job is to figure out the reason so that you can understand it, understand it, overstand it. That's the whole purpose. Is for you to get clear on why certain things are happening the way that they're happening. Why certain things are happening to you. Why you're experiencing certain things. That's the lesson. Again, we're here to experience. Not control. Not manipulate. Not be bossy. Okay, and I was the bossiest of the bossy. I'm still pretty bossy. You know what I'm saying? But at some point I had to learn, like, okay, Spirit, you know what? I can't see everything as clearly as you can. I don't see it as clearly as you can right now. One day I will, but right now I don't. So you got to be my eyes and ears. I don't understand why you pulling these people out of my life, Spirit, but you got to be my eyes and ears. I trust for you to be my eyes and ears. I don't understand why you saying I can't be in a relationship with this person, but I'm trusting you to be my eyes and ears. I don't get why this situation is not working out. I don't get why this job is not working out. I don't get why I have to go through these specific experiences. But hey, I'm trusting you to be my eyes and ears. I'm trusting you for you to know better than I know. And because of that, I know that things are going to work out for my highest good. It may not make sense. It may not feel good. It may require me to do things that I don't want to do. It may require me to go to places that are uncomfortable, to be around people that push me, to be in environments that push me. And when you start to allow yourself to be pushed, you start to unlock parts of yourself and versions of yourself you didn't fucking know was there. And you start to shock yourself like, damn, I didn't know I was that smart. I didn't know I was that strong. I didn't know I was that intelligent. I didn't know I was that capable. You get a surprise in yourself. Now you shocked like, God damn, okay. And now you want to go forward even more. Now you want to get, even deeper into the process. Now when your spirit team say something, you're more willing to trust what the fuck they're saying. You're more willing to go with your gut and your intuition and listen to your higher self. But you have to first go with the process. Go with the flow of the process to get those results. Because once you start getting results, everything becomes a little bit easier. And not necessarily easier as far as everything that you go through becomes easy, but it starts to become easier for you to understand why you're going through certain things, why those things are important for you to experience, why those things are important for you to learn. You don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh shit, okay. I gotta cut this person off. That sucks. I gotta release this person. That fucking sucks. I love this person. I care about this person. This person may be all I know. This person may make me feel comfortable and make me feel pretty or beautiful or handsome or whatever the fuck. This person may make me feel seen or heard or valuable or worthy or whatever. But if spirit is pointing me in a direction away from this motherfucker, it is what it is. I'm going to cry about it. I'm going to get my little feelings out. I'm going to, do what I need to do to release it and to let go of it. But at the end of the day, I'm going to listen. Because I know that my spirit team ain't never took me away from something that I was supposed to keep. My spirit team ain't never let me stay in no environment that was detrimental for me. And didn't say shit about it. If I stayed, it's because I wanted to stay. Not because they forced me to stay. My spirit team ain't never put me in no situation that was horrible for me. If I ended up in the horrible situations, because I probably put myself there by thinking I know it all and doing too motherfucking much. So it's that thin line between trusting the process, knowing that your spirit team is doing things for your benefit, for your good, and then taking it all personal and thinking that this is happening because you're such a horrible person and, the universe just wants to shit on you. No. All right? All right, my loves. Hopefully y'all got something from this. This will be posted on YouTube tomorrow rising. For those who want to watch it from the beginning or for those who came in a little late. Again, I am doing a childhood trauma healing 3-hour seminar on the 12th, which is Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. It's only $30. So if you are interested, use this box below and put info in the box and I will send you the information to book. I also still have specials that I'm doing for the month of December. I have mentorship specials for those who are ready to get a little bit deeper into their shadow work, ancestor veneration or ancestor relationship, crystals and meditation, spiritual health and sex magic, birth charts and zodiology, numerology, moon phases, so many different things. I also have consultation specials for those who want to consult with me, for advice or for spiritual understanding or to ask questions or just to have a voice or a listening ear, rather. I also have counseling sessions. It's kind of like therapy sessions, but a little bit different for those who want to meet on a weekly basis or on a bi-weekly basis. That is also available as well. If you're interested in any of those things, just shoot me an inbox message and I'll send you the full price sheet of all of the specials, so that you'll have information on everything that's going on. These specials will end December 31st, so make sure that you go ahead and book accordingly. You can book now or you can pay now and then book whenever you want to. So if you want to pay now and then book for January, you can do that. But to get the special price, you will have to book within the month of December, okay? None of my specials are on my website, so everything has to be done through you contacting me directly. So inbox me on whatever social platforms you have of me, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, either one of my TikTok pages, Twitter. People don't usually DM me on Twitter, but that's an option if that's the only other social media you have, or you can email me, okay? Other than that, this will be posted again tomorrow rising, so make sure that you click the YouTube link in my bio and subscribe. I'm not sure if they're going to be actually taking down TikTok this time. They said they are going to be banning it. I have no idea, but in the event that they do, I will be on YouTube full time. So make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube, so that no matter what happens, you are able to still tap in with me as far as messages and content. All right. Again, the link is in the bio. Make sure you turn on your notifications so that you know when I'm live or when I posted new content. Other than that, I will see you all tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll be on here this early tomorrow. I have no idea. I'm on here early today, just because I had some time and it just made sense to get on here. But I'm not sure if I'll be on here this early tomorrow. If I am, then y'all see me. If I'm not, it will be a little later on in the afternoon. Okay? Light and love. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. All right?